Facebook is on. Great. We are live. It's Sacred Sundays, guys. We're so blessed. We are so very blessed. The end of this August, I believe we're coming up on the last days of summer as well. So this is a beautiful time just to be in the final heat of the summer as well. And welcome to UNCHURCH Sacred Sundays. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. Let's begin with a prayer. Let's just all drop in. We'll close our eyes here and take a nice deep breath. Just make it so you can hear your breath, hear the sound of your breath coming in and out. Do that a few more times. Just listen to the ocean of your breath. We just connect with this breath. We connect with this life force. We breathe it from deep in our bellies all the way to the crown of our head and out and around each one of us individually. And then we send this breath into the sun of the earth, into the core magma of the earth. Into the magnetism of what the earth is. The earth and the sun rotate because they're magnetic towards each other, not because there's a string or an obligation or a contract, but the magnetism. The magnetism. Iron ore magnetism towards each other. And so we just open up this space with gratitude and thanksgiving as we feel into the theme of letting ourselves dream. What are we drawn to? Let us be drawn by our dream. Let our joy direct our dream. Let our magnetism direct our dream. What are we attracted to? In this time of chaos on our planet, in this time of personal transition, in this time of the ending of summer, there can be so much that goes on in our heads, so much that goes on in our minds, so much that goes on in our field. And so we just pray for the magnetism. Let us be drawn by the deeper pool of what we really love. Sweet Rumi, thank you, thank you, thank you. We just call on the directions and the elements to guide us today, as always. He always knows. They always know. This animal body is the frequency of nature. And when we can tap it, to the tree, to the plant, to the animal queendom kingdoms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the west, to the waters, Miniwachoni, was water is life. What gives us life is our emotions. Gives us an experience of life. And so we're learning how to navigate you like a sailor on the seas, not over-identifying, not trying to avoid, but being full on with you, being guided by you, knowing your information, but not the full truth. So we listen in to the south, to the fire, the beautiful element of fire. Celebrate this life with, and all the people we want to co-create with. We call you in here and now. Thank you, fire. Thank you, south. To the east, to the mind, to the breath, to the air, to the intellect, to the place of the rising sun. We call you in with our breath. You touch everything, and yet we never see you. And we cannot weigh you. Thank you, this magical mystery. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the land that we stand upon, the indigenous ones who cared for this land for so long. This is Tongva Gabrielino land that I'm on, calling upon you to learn how to atone, to be at one with you again, to listen to the deeper wisdom of those who tended this land for thousands and thousands of years, who created ways that were to last for thousands of years. May we think in indigenous mindset. May we all call upon the indigenous of our own DNA, those of our ancestors who knew how to walk with the sun, moon, and stars, calling upon the ancestors now. The Akani, the Trushkins, the Sabines, for me, calling in your beautiful names to be in this space with us. Thank you. To the angelic realms, to the beings of light, to the intergalactic ones, to the ascended masters, to all the religions and traditions, all the spiritual ways, we call upon you to stand in this circle of dominion with us. No one in the center, no one above anyone else, but in the circle. In the center, we leave it open for life, Mama Gaia, the energy deva of our breath. For as long as we have this, we are consciously in this way participating in this life. And until we do not have this anymore, we will continue to consciously participate in this life, because there is a time for all of us. And we will exit this place. And we will walk into unknown terrain, into the cervix of the next universe. And so for this moment that we have here, for this next chunk of time that we have here in our UNCHURCH Sacred Sundays, as we gather to pray, play, and prosper together, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen, Amin, Aho, Ashe, Hosha. And so it is, so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Thank you all for being here. I'm looking at the gallery view because it's nice to see all of your faces. And there's sweet Amber. We didn't really talk about a theme, Amber, but I did pull a card that I wanted to share with you and see if it resonated. Grab some water. I've been really tapping into, oh, there's sweet Yoda. Perfect. Tapping into the theme of magnetism and attraction force. And what is it that draws us or repulses us, right? From these experiences. And realizing, as I said in the prayer, that the greatest force on the planet that we have is gravity. Like gravity is goddess. Gravity is the goddess, right? And so in any moment that we feel like we're spinning out of control, we're actually deeply connected to the magnetism of this earth. The minerals of our body, the water of our body are drawn down into the earth. That's why we get wrinkles as we get older, right? Like, it's not a bad thing. That actually is just gravity that's got us, the goddess, gravity goddess. She's pulling us closer to her until we rest in her fully. And I was just sitting with that magnetism, that feeling of magnetism, and I asked the question, you know, what is it that's clearing from all of our field right now? And what is it that's wanting to come in a deeper way? And so I have the Osho deck. I lost the book a while ago, and so I just have the cards. And my friend Blue does this a lot, where we just grab a card and then we can make our own meaning out of it. And the card that I pulled is the dream. And it's so fascinating that this is the card that I asked, what is being released and what is being called in simultaneously? Like, our former version of the dream gets to be completely let go of, because there's something deeper within the we that wants to be cultivated. What I mean by the dream, I have my own personal experience of a dream completely imploding and dissolving. But what I'm feeling in kind of the deeper collective is the dream of I is being completely imploded. That you are going to be the one who saves the planet is a bunch of bullshit. Me too. I know that I have the answer completely dissolving. That I'm going to get all the modalities and become the next expert who then shifts the things. Not going to happen. That dream gets to die. And what's the dream that's being born from that? We all have a piece at that table. It's the we. It's the we, that we actually can't do it by ourselves, that we can't do it in couples, that we can't even do it in small communities. That what's being called forward at this time is, how do we come together as a collective voice, the chorus of voices? That the Savior is actually the body of Christ. I love that from Revelations. It will return for the body of Christ, it will return for the church. The entirety of the feminine collective of us as human beings coming together. And as my dear friend Jeff says, it's we go before ego at this time. That the personal desire is becoming secondary to the collective vision. And it's so exciting and tantalizing and scary as fuck, because it's going to bring up all of our stuff around tribe and all of our stuff around worthiness and all of our stuff around not being able to hide anymore. Not being able to hide in our ego, not being able to hide behind closed doors, not being able to have your argument with your beloved by yourself anymore. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. There's no more suburban demarcations that allow us to separate and pretend like everything's okay in our Christmas cards. And that's the dream that we're asking to really let go of. It's sometimes known as the American dream, the individual who works really hard and he works all his way up to the CEO. And then what happens? Then he dies of a heart attack usually, or his wife leaves him, or his children are addicted to drugs, or they get the home and they get the car and they get the things, or the cars and the extra house, and they get all the things and they find out that's empty too. The dreams that we've been bought and sold are futile. Even within the spiritual journey, if you ascend, who the fuck cares? How selfish. How selfish to think that our ascension would be the end all. That's just the beginning. Now you got to descend. You got to bring that shit back to earth. You got to learn how to be in your body and awaken every single being. We've got almost 8 billion people on this planet, y'all. This is not an ascension path time. This is a get in your body, connect with others. Let's build community time. That's why we're here, right? Like, that's why we show up on Sacred Sundays, because we know we can't do this alone. We know we can't do this even in partnership. Yeah, small communities is a way to start, but those fractals get to connect. I really see, the next Facebook is going to be about communities connecting with each other. That this time, what we're really hungry for is to see tribal experiences where we can hold each other high and root each other low and be there in the times of shit and shine for each other. Family, we're ready. We're ready. It's vulnerable. It's tender. It's scary. But to dream the great dream is to go from the I to the we. It's the great quantum leap from the I to the we. We go before ego. And that collective vision supersedes personal desire. Personal desire helps us get into collective vision, because what we all want in our blueprint is to be one with each other. That's just what we are. We are oneness. So we can't help that if we tap into our actual personal desire underneath the story, underneath the consumerism, underneath the hypersexualized drama, underneath all of those like class C desires, is the deepest personal desire, which is the collective vision. So they're not separate. I'm not saying you have to deny personal desire. Explore that. I'm just going to give you the top of the puzzle box. The top of the puzzle box is the ultimate personal desire is to merge with the oneness again. And the oneness isn't just a beloved. It can be, that can be one experience, but the oneness as one human family. We're not stopping this community building until we are one human family. That is the mantra of the Bodhisattva. I will continue to return every lifetime until every being has ceased their suffering. Every being. It's a big commitment. I hear people all the time, I know this is my last lifetime. I know this is my last lifetime. I'm completing all of my karma in this lifetime. Congratulations. We now have 7.78 billion souls on the planet. You going to come back and help them? Because the true ascension path shows you that descension is really the only way in. You get to a certain point where getting out into the 5D or the 7D takes you to a certain place, and then you're brought back into the 3D of, now how do I apply this in the school that I showed up for called Planet Earth? How do I share this love? How do I share this expansiveness in a language that can touch hearts and inspire love and action? Because if it's just my own pontificating, if it's just my own philosophizing, if it's just my own thing, I might as well be on a mountain somewhere doing nothing by myself. And that was the idea of spirituality. That's the idea of spirituality many of us have been sold. And we haven't heard about the tribal spirituality, the singing, the dancing around the fires, and telling the stories, and helping each other give birth to children and ideas and businesses and dreams. That's spirituality in action. That's God in action. That's creation in the third dimension. That is what we worship. Its name is life. Gaia, spirit, God, Goddess. It is that when humans come together and create something that wasn't there before. Yes, there's been much created without our work, but we are also co-creators in this reality. As Goddess creates the apple and the tree, she also creates ideas in my head that want to bring fruit into this planet. You are also a tree that's meant here to bring fruit. And when we do it together, it brings a level of satisfaction and pleasure. It's about pleasure, baby. This is an obligation. This is an obligation. It's the most pleasurable to play and work with my friends and my family that I love. It is the most juicy to do this with you. Yoda knows. Yoda's dancing all around. Yoda knows that it's the juiciest to do it together, because when we create something and then we get around the fire and we celebrate that shit, we just raised the barn. We do a barn dance. We just built a yurt. We do the yurt dance. We just prayed to the rain gods. We do a rain god dance. We just reorganized the United States political system. We do the political system dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been doing this for thousands of years, family. We create and then we celebrate. What's the opposite of war? It's not peace. It's creation and celebration. Why do they got to keep us in war? They got to keep us in war so that we can't remember who we are. We are creation and celebration beings. Wolves howl, right? Woo. Birds sing. And we humans, we create and celebrate. It's our natural state. It's our fruit. We want to create, and then when we create, we want to be like, look what I created. Want to see what you created? Oh yeah, let's dance around the fire and eat some food about it. And that's what human life is supposed to be. This war bullshit, this struggle bullshit, this head to the top of the ladder bullshit, this expert on social media bullshit. Bullshit. Life is about creation and celebration. That's the only thing we should be fighting for. Everything else is a distraction. So what's the dream? What's your dream? What's your piece in the ultimate dream of the we-ness, of the we-go? No more ego, it's we-go now. We got a we-go together. Oh, I'm being goofy now, Amber. Thank you all for being here in our Unchurched Sacred Sundays and for receiving this download of learning. I'm also receiving as I'm sharing. It's just part of my curriculum. Is I get to take notes on this stuff too. I'm learning in a big way right now about how it isn't about me and it isn't about you and it isn't about one-on-one and one-on-two. It's about 7.78 billion souls remembering that we've got to get each other's backs. I got your back. And I want to be here as we open each other's hearts. And remember the innocence, the love, the tenderness, the purity of human nature. Michael Jackson's Human Nature, the first time I heard that song, I was like, fucking finally someone gets it. Someone gets it. Tell him that it's human nature. And he lists all the good things. Human nature is good things. Human inverted nature, human perversion, human greed. That's the ego. When we get back into the we-go, when we start thinking about the us, the behaviors change. When we have the felt experience that all beings are one being, we can't help but change our identity. We can't help but change our behaviors. We can't help but change our beliefs. So how can we create that oneness experience for ourselves and everyone in our field? Not talk about it, not pontificate, not tell them we're all one. Can't you feel it right now? If you can't feel it, you're not evolved enough. That's helpful. That's always helpful. That really works. How can we create experiences of oneness? That's how we help wake people up. Create experiences of oneness. Create experiences of togetherness. Creation and celebration, remembering who and what we are. What are we? We are the one. There's only one. God, Goddess, I am. We are that. I am that. You are that. We are that. And the more we can have accessing points to remember and experience that, the less talking we will have to do to help people awaken that within themselves. It's the dream. The piece of the dream that we're letting go and the piece of the dream that we're calling in. Blessings. I love you. Thank you so much for being. Thank you so much for being here with us. I feel complete on that download.
breathe into that question, and I would love for us all to honestly answer it in this current present moment from our hearts, not our head. What is the part of the dream that we are letting go? What is the part of the dream that we are calling in? And when you feel called, put it in the chat. Let it come out of your head, out of your body, onto the chat, into the space. What is the part of the dream that I am letting go? The part of the dream that I'm letting go is that I have to be the one, that I have to be the one to do it, that I have to be the one to create it. I have to be the one to be a stand for it. I have to be the one to say it. I have to be the loving interruption. I have to tell the truth. I have to out the people out of integrity, that I have to be the one. It's exhausting. And the part of the dream that I'm calling in is that we're all doing our part. And it's not just up to me, it's up to we, it's up to all of us. And in every moment, I don't know shit. I just get to keep showing up. And as I keep showing up, the dream will unfold. The dream for me is land. The dream for me is community. The dream for me is creating our own food and not having to listen to the fucking government and do whatever the fuck we want on our land with our families as our kids grow together and play together and dance together and sing together and create together. That's the dream, the vision. Wherever the land is, affirming, declaring it comes to me, comes to us. And we all can create our own community, our own cities, our own towns. That's the dream I see. We live on the land, off the land, in homage and gratitude to the land. And that everyone is paid abundantly for just showing up. And whatever that brings them joy, that they're always taken care of. I'd love to hear what dream you're letting go of is. What you're letting go of. Yeah, the dream, the California dream, man. Thinking that this is where I was going to end up, you know, raising kids with my friends in California forever. And it's like, yeah, no, it's not California. We're leaving California. I don't know where we're going, but it's not California anymore. And that's the dream that I'm letting go. Heading east, inland. Spirit will let me know where it is when it's time, but I'm feeling it. Letting go of the dream, Briana says that it's all happening right now. Right. Right now. Yep. Letting go of the need to be in a partnership to start my life. Right? Yes. Who wrote that fucking storybook? That's just a lot of pressure and not true. No, no mas. Letting go of the need to be in partnership to shine my brightest, said Jen. Right? Yes. Yes. Helena says, letting go that I have to get somewhere. Oh, the fucking get somewhere. The step, the checking the box. Okay, I got to do this to that. I got to get there. I got to get there. Whether it's I got to get dinner and I got to get this. I noticed it last night with my partner. I needed a hug. I wanted to come in for a hug. I'm mooning. I'm this. I'm that. That's activation that's happening. My whole body's like, wants to kill the world and just needing touch. And he's like, babe, I'm making you a parfait because I hadn't eaten because it was too hot, the fucking curry, and my body's already hot. I'm like, oh. And it was like having to check the box, right? Got to get the thing done instead of being present in the moment of the exchange of the hug and just being here. Got to get dinner, got to get laundry, got to get. Where the fuck are we got to get? We're all busy, got to get somewhere. What about here? Right? This got to get the tree, got to get the house, got to get the kids, got to get this, got to get the car, got to. What the fuck is this got to get? It's exhausting. What if we didn't have to get there? What if right here is where we're at and where we get to be? What would that change? Andrea says that I'm alone in this doing it alone. I'm calling and trusting the community, opening to what wants to come through me. It's not for me, it's for us. I am not separate. I'm a part of the story. Yes, you are, sister. an impeccable, integral, necessary, needed part of the story, or else we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be on this earth plane if we didn't have a role in this movie that only we can do. So I feel you, sister. I've felt that before, and on the other side of that is something magical. That illusion of aloneness. It's to keep us feeling less than. Sarah says, I'm letting go of the self-centeredness that me needing to know before I know, calling and fully embodying my piece of the whole through unconditional love. Yeah. The me. We've been brought up, we've been programmed in this me, I. Whether it's sports, whether it's school, whether it's college, whether it's please pick me for the team. I don't want to be the last one on the side of the fucking basketball court and the handball court to be the one not picked, right? Please let it be me so I can feel enough. Kelly says, letting go of the idea that I have to be making money by working hard for very little to have any power to change things. Yes. Who else has been trapped up in that story? Gotta work hard for my money. So hard for my money. Bullshit. We know different. That's a lie too. The minion robots must work hard, pay our taxes, stand in line. Don't be innovative. Just do what you're told. Don't ask questions. Gotta fall in love, right? Gotta do that. Ashley says, letting go of my need to earn my worth through doing dishes. Girl, I used to have that one big time. Or cleaning or getting a job instead of breathing and taking time. I need to heal and know that I am enough and worthy without doing anything. Holy shit, who fucking has been there? I was reflecting on one of my best friend Jenna Phillips Ballard's wedding. I fucking cleaned the whole wedding. I went around picking up freaking dishes and plates, and like I was not present. I was so worried about everything being perfect and put together that I like completely missed her whole fucking wedding. I was trying to help and add value and like make sure it didn't look like a freaking mess because we didn't have anyone. Right? Like completely used to be that girl that would go to people's houses for dinner parties and be in the kitchen the whole time, cleaning up and never just being there. I don't want to be a burden. I want to show that I have value and I contribute and I'm not a taker. And I miss so many amazing experiences because of my need to prove. Right? Earn my keep and prove. Christina says, letting go of the need to find my divine partner because he is going to show up in divine time. Yeah. He will. He's doing the work just like you. He's doing his thing. And when it's time to cross, you'll cross. You guys know that. I've been single for 2 years. I haven't really dated anyone in a year. And now he's here. And it's on. And holy fuck. It's a lot. And it's fucking intense. And it's like a workshop every day. It's like, fuck, man. Why was I calling this in? I'm like, God damn it. I was
like high-fived on the way in and out of partnership. We were just like, you take it now, babe. You do that one. I'm going to go be
tapping me in. Brianna's like, let me tap you in, girl. I'm like, what's happening right now?
I need some alone time. She's like, I'll do the partnership and then we'll both get it at the same time.
Right? And now I'm like, damn. So many prayers and ritual and like intention. I'm like, fuck, man, this shit ain't easy. Not easy. Being a conscious relationship is fucking exhausting.
Full-time job.
Damn.
Stay in it, to be completely honest. But parenthood definitely needs to be paid. But partnership, like conscious partnership, definitely deserves an income. Yes.
He's like, can we just get a break? And I'm like, fuck, yeah, I mean, that'd be nice. Cause like, this is a full-time job over here. Whew. But it's necessary, but damn. So just enjoy that shit, Christina and Jen. Enjoy that shit. Enjoy that person not waking up fucking 5 a.m. ready to go. And I'm like, I'm trying to fucking sleep right now. Okay. Calling in the Joyces, Chase, belonging in abundance of community and soul family. Yes, brother. Yes. Here it is. Called it in. Look around. We're here. We got you. We're in. Paid in love. You dreamed and wanted and manifested that and enjoyed it. Ashley's like, we've heard your prayers on every freaking circle and now you got it. So shut up and enjoy it. Right? No, I am. I'm enjoying it, but it's also exhausting. So both can live. Both can live. So let's blast our hands together and blast Briana for that powerful, potent transmission and her just showing up and loving and being and channeling and giving and facing off and just in it in the most beautiful way, girl. You make freaking breaking up look just beautiful. I mean, you're killing the game. Killing the game. Your service is real, baby. I'm so excited on what's on the other side of this. It's going to be massive. Massive, 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 massive. Yeah. Big things, huge things coming. Cleaning lots of space. This is the work, guys. Like, this is the work. You know, we can speak it, we can talk about it, we can journal about it, we can meditate about it, and then life fucking throws a tidal wave. And how can we actually face off with it and practice what we preach? And I think that a lot of us who are, you know, have big missions on our heart, we don't get a break in that. You know, if we're going to hold the container and we're going to lead and we're going to show up, like we have to have the most intense initiations so we can practice what it is that we preach and we can redefine and refine what it is to be human and what it is to be a leader and what it is to be a humble leader. And I think that all of us have to get that beautiful reflection, that collateral beauty that happens with the death and rebirth, you know. And whether it's moving, whether it's losing jobs, whether it's shifting partnership, whether it's losing family, it's constant, right? And that's what I'm realizing lately. It's like the waves are coming and it's all preparation. And you guys know, if you look back, we look back on our life, some of the most gnarliest moments, you know, some of the most painful breakups, the most intense deaths, the most intense tragedy that we've all experienced. Like, we think about that moment in time and that felt like the end. It felt like the worst. It felt like I can't survive this. I can't take another day. And we think about where we are now. And I think we look back at those versions of ourselves and we're like, wow, I don't even recognize that person. You guys feel that? Like, how did I even put up with that? And how did I overcome that? And like, whoa, right? Like, we are in our spiritual curriculum. We're in this constant evolution and this education and this deepening, right? So we can be a stand for the 7 million, you know, and having more grace. And so I feel like that's what's coming alive right now with the psychic attacks coming in families and partnership and in dream state, and all the things are happening, and how more sensitive and tapped in we are to the collective. And like, you know, back again, here we are, another one of our brothers. And it's forcing us to feel, it's forcing us to not avoid and pretend, and deeper levels of compassion for the people we love that are hurting us, the people that are hurting themselves, for those that are hurting our brothers and sisters. You know, and so today I was called to the Kuan Yin deck, which I rarely play with. But I pulled this one and I thought this was just a beautiful card of this beautiful picture of Kuan Yin with these beautiful little sheeps or rams or lambs. But it said, love your body and live your dreams, which I felt was really beautiful, because the top of this channel, Briana was talking about ascension and being in your body. And when I think about ascension, I'm always brought back to Mary Magdalene, and she talks about ascension being going in and going into the heart, and ascension really being descending back into our hearts, back into ourselves. And really, in this human experience, it is the body. And I think that is the ticket to the ascension. And like Matt Kahn says, it's like the ascension's like getting on an airplane. First class can board first, but this motherfucker ain't taking off until everybody's on the fucking plane. Right? And that's that we. I have to ascend, right? Fuck everybody else. Right? And so how can we be a stand for the people in our lives that don't see us, don't get us, that are making our lives, or trying to make our lives hell subconsciously? Like, how can we find this deeper level of surrender and compassion? And that's my work right now. I think that's a lot of our work right now. You know, this lady today with her fucking COVID fear at the restaurant, you know, I'm just like, oh Lord have mercy. you know, and I gave the rest of our champagne to these people sitting next to us. And I was like, are you guys freaked out? Like, can I hand you this? And they were like, no. And I'm like, man, how crazy is it that I have to ask that? You know, how crazy is it that the lady was like glaring at me, the server, that I was giving them? I didn't want to waste the guava and the pineapple and the other juices we had. And like, I wanted to pass it and give it to these people. How crazy is it that we're living in a time where people are like, you can't do that? Yes, I can. So how can we have compassion for all of this? Everybody's in their shit. And I was like, this woman's just in her shit. She's just in her fear. How can I have compassion for her? And myself. And we all have our things that we're scared of. And maybe it's not COVID, but it's something else. And I think that everybody's wounds are on the surface right now. And I think that as we just continue to have compassion, and I'm reminded of the quote that's been really alive in Lightworker Academy and my Lightworker Mastermind this week is nothing anyone ever does, doesn't do, says, or doesn't say has anything to do with us. I'm going to say it one more time, and I invite you to write this down, put this on your wall. I have it in front of my desk. Because when people act a certain way, then I'm like, whoa, I did not expect this from this person. And it's hard not to take it personally and make it about me. But nothing anyone ever does, doesn't do, says, or doesn't say ever has anything to do with us. It's just in which the world they're viewing from their own wounding, from their own experiences up until that moment, has them writing that story that's playing. Which is why you can say something to somebody like, it's exhausting, to which they'll say, I'm exhausting? You didn't say that. But that's what they heard. Because maybe they were called exhausting from their family. And so now they're looking for evidence that that's the truth in everyone and everything that happens. It's about me. And I just feel like what Briana shared is so fucking key to this ascension, to this new earth, to the heaven on earth that we all dream of and tend into the now space reality. Is this simple and yet so hard? If we all just stop fucking making anything about us, the whole world's going to change. That one shift, that one paradigm shift. It's so hard to do. It's so hard. So to love your body and live your dreams. How interesting. Love your body and live your dreams. But that's in the same sentence. I want you to experience all that life has to offer. Life. And I love that you said we're praising and worshiping life. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to have this life game as humans. This is the most sought out planet, they say, for us to come. This is the only planet which manifestation even happens. This is the only place where we can dream our thoughts into reality. But we've been hypnotized to believe that we can't do that. We've been hypnotized up until now, and everyone's waking up. Everybody's being spiritual now. Woo! I'm seeing it online. It's making me crazy. And it's beautiful. Every business coach is now turning into a spiritual coach. It's mind-blowing right now. Bless and whatever it takes for the planet to wake up. I want you to experience all that life has to offer. I want you to see your dreams coming alive in the world. When you love the sacred soul animal of your body, when you love the sacred soul animal of your body as I love you, then you will manifest all that is divinely meant for you and thrive. Let me say it again for the people in the back. When you love the sacred soul animal of your body as I love you, then you will manifest all that is divinely meant for you and thrive. If we can love our body, our meat suit, that is the key and the opening. This is the portal. And so I really love that Briana channeled that today, and then this card just confirmed it. How can we love our body even more as the walking embodiment of the God, Goddess, I am source that we are, the infinite divine? And how can we see our dreams coming alive, knowing that our birthright, guys, They're our fucking birthright. And all the spiritual curriculum has already been written. We're living our dream. And sometimes dreams have nightmares. We've got to release the need to make everything so neutral and perfect and like zen all the time. We don't grow from that space. That's boring. There would be so much, this would be such a boring plane if it was just like neutral. So how can we love our bodies? How can we love the present? How can we have more compassion in every moment with every person? And looking this as a beautiful reflection of, oh God, how can I love myself even more? How can we love ourselves even more? That's right, Kelly. Embrace our shadow side. Love it. Love our dark. Love our shadow. Love our this. Love our that. Love our cellulite. Love our gut. Love our voice. Love our nose. Love it all.
Loving the idea of like when people ask,
Oh, you cut out. You frozen. Or I'm frozen. One of us frozen. Briana, you're frozen. Yeah, Sarah. Release the shed transmutation process for judgment. And don't be stuck in the transmutation process all the time. There's so many people caught up in the, I gotta process, I gotta process, I gotta process, I gotta process. That's mind masturbation. How about not processing? How about just being? How about not trying to figure out what it means and what lifetime it's from and what stars in the sky and what retrograde is doing and what all the things like the answers, the seeking. It's really exhausting. Briana, you back? She's back.
back.
Yeah.
I popped out, but everything's fine.
You were saying.
I was saying a lot of things and then it got cut off. So I don't know at what point it got cut off,
You
but
said
I was,
love. I think it was like loving the body.
yeah, I was saying, when someone asks me what my spirit animal is now, I'm just going to say my body. Like
Yeah.
my animal body is my spirit animal. Like, yeah, for sure, the wolf and the owl and the snake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Butterfly. I'm into all that. I've kind of done all the animals now. I've like been doing spirit animals since I was a little girl. And so like,
Right.
yes, they're all my spirit animals. But my first spirit animal, my first Ouija board on this dimension, this right here. This is my pendulum. This is my book of spells. This is my Bible. This is my Torah. This is this one.
Yes.
This one. Not so much of the the stories and the levels, but that gut feeling, that intuitive nature that has a sing from our soul. Like nothing else can. What's your spirit animal? My body.
My body.
My body.
My
The
body, my
soft,
compass,
squishy
my compass.
animal.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hear a lot of people like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know who to believe. And I was that person too. Like, I'm so confused. And is it this? And is it Illuminati? And is it the dark state? And is it the deep state? And is it the QAnon? Is it the fucking bleh? Trump's a light worker? I'm like, good God, guys. Like, you're really digging now. Like, this is quite humorous. And what if it's you? What if you are the compass? What if you just checked in and learned your true north and your compass? And what if your gut was so clear? Not the angel cards, and they're fun. Look, I love to play with them too. But like seriously though, we're always looking for fucking confirmation, whether it's the star in the sky or the retrograde or what's circling Pluto or whatever it is. Like, what if we just listened to our heart and got in our body? And what if it's okay that Amber didn't agree or Brianna didn't agree or, whoever, Gabby Bernstein didn't agree or whoever it is that you listen to and read and talk to? What if you were the oracle? Because you are. We are. Together. If everybody just starts listening to their hearts and their gut and stop looking for confirmation, I think the world would be a whole different place. I think I'm loving loving our body and loving this divine source that can smell bullshit. So that's what I got.
Mm-hmm.
I really just invite, this is something I'm working on, is taking people off the pedestal, you know, taking the government off the pedestal, taking the authors I listen, read, or whoever, friends. At one point I had Brianna on a pedestal, right? Like, oh, they know more than me, and this, da, 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 da. Some of my bestest friends I've had on pedestals. It's so funny. I had Lex on a pedestal at one point, and Jenna, and you, and like it's like Nick. Like I've had like so many of my closest friends on a David, like on a pedestal. It's ridiculous.
It's cute too, right? Because it gives us something to stay separate from. Because as long as someone's on a pedestal, we actually can't be inspired truly by them. We actually can't say, "Oh, I could do that too," or "I'm supposed to take that information and grow bigger than them."
Mhm.
Right? As long as I keep Jesus on a pedestal, I actually can't live like Jesus. As long as I keep Brianna on a pedestal, I can't do anything that she's doing because she's already doing it. As long as I keep people on a pedestal, my ego gets to stay separate and safe. The moment we're in a circle, it gets really fucking scary because the light turns on that nobody's driving this ship. The planet is hurling itself at millions of miles per hour through outer space that's full of debris the size of our sun. And our nervous systems can feel that. And there's something in us that wants to believe that God out there, or devil out there, or Brianna on a pedestal, or whomever on a fucking pedestal can help me navigate the fact that we don't know where the fuck we came from. We don't know where the fuck we're going. And every tradition and every religion and every philosophizing, pontificating culture has tried to explain it, and we can't.
No.
And we'll never know. We can make up great myths about it. We can make up great stories about it. We make up really good metaphor. But when we get down to the nitty gritty, itty titty bitty committee, we don't know shit about where we came from and where we're going. And we can't know shit. It's the great mystery. We're flying into the infinite unknown. There is no place called darkness. Darkness is what we're constantly in. It's not an evil place. It's just the constant unknown. Did you know the Earth doesn't just spin around the sun, that the sun is actually a vortex that we're following at millions of miles per hour into infinite darkness?
Why?
Wow.
Why and wow?
Wow. That's the basis of our existence. Instability. Being flung at millions of miles per hour into darkness with projectiles constantly entering our atmosphere. It's an adventure, guys. It's a full-on adventure. And the only thing that we have promised is this one breath. And the only thing we can do with those one breaths are brick by brick, build the life that we want to have on this rock that happens to have water. We're on an asteroid that happened to have a magnetic core, that had enough iron ore to create an orbit, that had enough moisture in order to create an ecosystem, that had enough crazy bacteria in order to create your breathing lungs right now. Fucking miracle. Fucking miracle. So whenever it starts to get big, just remember it's so much bigger than our little brains can even capacitate. By what we know in science, I still can't even, like, I sit down and I'm looking at these quarks, which are smaller than atomic particles. I'm nerdy, guys, in case you haven't known that yet. And I look at black holes, and I look at the subatomic structures of the quarks of black holes, and how in the microcosm is a complete black hole. Within every atom is a complete black hole. There's no end to matter. And then also in the magnetic hugeness of the universe, there is no end to the greatness of it. So it's infinity in both the tiny, 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 and the expansive, forever in all directions we are. And that's where compassion comes in. Because when we can realize that every human being is walking around trying to navigate this truth within their very limited nervous system, it can get very overwhelming really quick. So we just get a little hit of that infinity. And we sit with the person in front of us and realize that whatever they're presenting to us is their best attempt at digesting their infinity.
Yes.
Given their current state of affairs in their mind, their body, their soul, their finances, their relationships, they're giving us their best version of interpreting infinity in this moment based on their story, their beliefs, their identity, their name. So that's where compassion comes in. If I can tap into the microcosm of the quark, the infinite smallness and the expansive infiniteness simultaneously, enough so that I can breathe with you and we can be in this moment and I can embrace you in however it is that you show up, that's all we're here to do. That's all we're here to do.
And no, it has nothing to do with us. Nothing.
And everything. Because it's
And
us that gets to do it.
us talking to ourselves, which is just even makes my brain hurt even harder.
We can really get centrifugal with this one if we want to go there. You know what I'm saying? I like to get in the circular argument. No pun intended.
Right?
Forever just us. Forever just us. Forever just us.
Yep.
I was wondering, would we like to do some tapping? You want to do a little bit of tapping before we close this out? Let's bless Amber with love for this beautiful download. First of all, I like to receive it, really rub the hands together and receive her with an inhale. And then when you're ready to send love, exhale. Send it to her heart, her womb, her body, her sweet Jerry, her partner, her entire home, all that's being created with you, sister. I love you. I see you. I respect you. Arm in arm, side by side. No more pedestals, baby. No pedestals in this relationship. I don't need you. I want you.
That's right.
So good. So good. We'll do a short tapping round on compassion for self, other selves, and the world herself. Yes?
Yes, yes.
I'll direct you with some words. But if there's an area of your body that's feeling called to be tapped, you're welcome to bring yourself there too. I like to just start by warming up just by touching myself, just like introducing like, oh, we're going to do some stuff where I'm going to be talking and we're going to be moving our hands. I like the jaw area. I like right under the eyes, above each eyebrow and center of forehead. Those are some of my favorite tapping points. Tapping, it comes from a lot of different cultures, comes from a lot of different people. Crown of the head is really nice too. Emotional freedom technique, EFT is what this is called a lot of times as well. And so just knowing that we want to acknowledge all the cultures, all the different peoples that this comes from as we just start to open our channels. Take a nice deep breath here. I'm going to start at the crown of the head. Even when I'm frustrated with myself. To the eyebrow, I am learning to love myself. Under the eyeball, even when I repeat that pattern again. To the jawline, I am learning to love myself. To the collarbone, I call upon my inner child. I call upon my inner child. Really get that collarbone nice. There's going to be a lot of stuff in there. I call upon my inner child, crown of the head, to be with me and to dance with me. Eyebrows, as I learn to love all the parts of myself. Right under the eye, that I don't even like. Chin, as I learn to love the parts of myself. Collarbone, that annoy me. Crown of the head, as I learn to love the parts of myself. Cheeks that I try to hide. Eyebrows, I see everything inside myself. Jawbone, I welcome in everything inside myself. Collarbones, I reject none of me. Crown of the head, I welcome in all of myself. Eyebrows, I welcome in all of myself. Cheeks, I welcome in all of myself. Jaw, I welcome in all of myself. Collarbone, so I can welcome in all of you. So I can welcome in all of you. Crown, because it's only when I'm welcoming myself. Eyebrows, can I welcome any part of you? Cheekbones, if I reject you. Jaw, I get to see what part of me I am rejecting. Collarbones. I welcome in all of myself. I welcome in all of myself. Crown, and I welcome in all of you. 7.78 billion people on the eyebrows. 7.78 billion family members. Cheeks, I welcome you to planet Earth. 7.78 billion family members. Jaw. Collarbone. I welcome you to planet Earth. We might be the first people welcoming all humans to planet Earth ever. I just want to make note of that. Crown of the head. 7.78 billion family members. Eyebrows. I just want you to know. Cheeks. You are welcome here on planet Earth, just in case nobody has told you. Jaw. All of you are welcome here. Collarbones. All of you are welcome here. Crown. All of you are welcome here. Eyebrows. My precious family. Cheeks. All of you are welcome here. Jaw. As all of me is welcome here. All of us are welcome here. Collarbones. All of us are welcome here. All of us and all of us are welcome here. Crown of the head. All of us are welcome here. Eyebrows. All of us are meant to be here. Cheeks. I'm committed to learning how to be with all of us. Jaw. I am learning how to be with all of us. Collarbones. I am learning how to be with all of me, so I can learn how to be with all of us. Crown. I am learning how to be with all of me. Eyebrows. So I can learn how to be with all of us. Cheeks. I'm learning how to be with all of me, so I can learn how to be with all of us. Collarbones, last one. I am being with all of me, so I can be with all of us. Nice deep breath. I am being with all of me, so I can be with all of us. When you're ready, just allow the tapping to slow gently. I like to stroke just the areas where I was tapping, just give them a little bit of a love touch afterwards. I am being with all of me, so I can be with all of us. Nice deep breath. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Amber.
Thank you, sister. Let's blast Briana. That was so amazing. I am so aligned right now. I feel so in my body and my heart in complete alignment. This feels so good to be connected with you all in this space and this quantum field we created. Let's go ahead and rub our hands together and bless our sister with a big ignition of love and joy and giggles and fun and play and blessings and just feel good vibes. Fill all that chi up, every cell, every pore. With that beautiful joy beneath her wings, her earth angel wings.
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Brianna's got a couple spots available for coaching right now. I just want to let you know, so you might want to get in with her because that's very rare. So if you guys are looking for a massive medicine, mama medicine man upgrade, holler at your girl.
Thanks, Amber.
Holla at your girl. I love you so much. Thank you all for being here. What a gift to play with you. What a sweet, sweet, sweet Sunday's prayer on church. Please tell your friends. Please invite at least one person next week. There are people out here who need this, who want this. Check in and see how good you feel right now. Check and see how good we all feel. Let's not hoard this. Let's share this out with everyone. Take a minute, post it on your social, send it
Please.
out, some text, and let people know if you want to come and feel love and feel ignited and feel connected, feel community, come join us on Sunday. Let's invite our fellow brothers and sisters who could use this hour that really activates us. We feel so good after this. So let's not hoard that. Let's make it a priority to join in community and family every Sunday and see each other's smiles and faces and laugh together and cry together and pray together and breathe together and just be with each other. Because the waves are going to kick. They're kicking up. I feel it going. We got something big, 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 big coming
So
down
come
the line.
together. Come together, guys. We love you so much. Same time, same place, Sunday, 1:11 p.m. every Sunday with breath, sound, movement, touch, and all the goodies for you. We love
Love
you.
you
Bless,
all.
bless, bless. Love, 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 love. Yeah.